We all tell ourselves stories. Stories about who we are, where we came from, what we've become. And these stories feel true because we've lived them, because they explain our fears, our habits, our patterns, because they give us something solid to hold on to when everything else feels uncertain. But here's something most people never stop to ask. What if the story you tell yourself isn't who you really are? Every day your mind writes a quiet script. I'm not good with people. I'm the one who always gets hurt. I'm not enough. I'm the strong one. I can't fall apart. I'm too sensitive. I'm too broken. I'm too late. It doesn't shout. It whispers, repeats, and slowly becomes belief. We don't just live our lives. We live the story about our lives. But stories are not truth. They're interpretations, filters, narratives we construct to make sense of what happened and what didn't. Something went wrong in childhood. Your mind wrote, I must be the problem. Someone left you without explanation. Your mind filled in the blank. I'm unlovable. You were praised for success and scolded for rest. Your mind decided, I have to keep performing to be worth anything. But these are just conclusions, not facts. The mind is a meaning-making machine. It doesn't like mystery. So when pain shows up, it reaches for answers, even if those answers become prisons. You repeat the same thoughts for long enough, and they become identity. You repeat the same story, and you start to forget that it was written by you, in survival, in fear, in confusion. But who are you beneath that story? Who are you when you're not replaying the past, when you're not rehearsing pain like it's a performance? Who are you when you stop telling yourself who you are? There's a quiet you underneath the noise, a stillness behind the narrative, a presence untouched by drama, history, or wounds. It doesn't need to prove anything. It doesn't need to be admired or fixed or explained. It just is. And most of us spend our entire lives never meeting it because we're too busy defending the story. Here's the truth no one teaches us. You are not your story. You are the awareness that holds the story. You are the space the story moves through. You can observe it, question it, even rewrite it. But you are not the story itself. That voice in your head, the one narrating your life, that's not the real you. That's the character you've been conditioned to believe you are. The real you is the one listening. And when you realize that, something shifts. The grip loosens, the shame softens, the fear fades just a little. Because now you can ask different questions. What would I do if I didn't believe this story? Who would I be if I let this script go? The past doesn't have to dictate the future. The pain doesn't have to narrate the present. You don't have to keep playing a role you've outgrown. Your story may have shaped you, but it does not have to define you. You are allowed to outgrow your old self. You are allowed to evolve beyond your trauma. You are allowed to rewrite the narrative, not because the past didn't happen, but because you are not limited to who you were back then. That version of you was surviving. This version of you is awakening. So how do you let go of a story that's been with you for years? First, notice it. You can't change what you don't observe. Begin to listen to the phrases that run on loop. Begin to recognize when you're reacting not to the moment, but to the story underneath it. Second, interrupt it. Pause. Breathe. Ask, is this true now or just familiar? That question alone can change everything. Third, replace it, not with a fake affirmation, but with a new truth. One rooted in possibility, not protection. Something like, I'm allowed to heal. I'm safe now. I'm more than what I've been through. This moment is new, and so am I. This isn't spiritual bypassing. This is inner freedom. Because the goal isn't to forget your story. The goal is to stop being trapped by it, to see it clearly, to thank it for getting you here, and then to walk beyond it. So, who are you without your story? Who are you without the scars, without the names you've been called, without the roles you felt forced to play? Who are you beneath all that? Here's a quiet truth. You already know. You've just forgotten. And every moment of stillness, every time you breathe instead of react, every time you listen to the silence instead of the voice, you remember, bit by bit, word by word, breath by breath, until one day, you're not performing the story anymore. You're simply being. And that, finally, feels like truth.